this year. Good news, ya es plenty ballet. Por eso lo
Hey. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me on my live tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to first welcome my co-anchor, who is my sister, Tabuho. Tabuho, the lovely, the insightful. Welcome tonight. And we are going to get into it today with Miss Jessie Bumbwe Val. Jessie, welcome, welcome, welcome to Sister
Thank
to
you,
Sister.
ladies. Thank you for having me.
You look amazing. I can see you clearly, and you look stunning.
Thank you.
I mean, you brought your A game tonight, as usual.
Yeah, it's a Thursday, but I needed to bring it for my sister.
Girl, you know, I had to dull it up a little bit because I was like, you know, Jessie always brings that fire. So, you know, I'm going to put on my wig and, you know.
You know it's got to always look right, honey.
Always
got to look right. Yes.
You know, so I can't go into this without giving you a formal introduction. Jessie, thank you so much for your time tonight.
You're welcome.
First of all, Happy New Year to you, ladies.
Happy New Year to you guys.
And I have to take a minute to introduce you, Jessie. Jessie, the beautiful, the amazing, the intelligent, the stunning, the wife, the mother, the entrepreneur, the influencer. I mean, I could use so many names to describe you. The brand, the businesswoman. Jessie, you are a woman who wears so many hats, and I am so proud to have you with us this year. We made it to the new year. We thank God for that. We crossed over into 2024, and God is so good.
God is good.
Thank you, Jessie, and thank you for taking your precious time out to be with us tonight.
Absolutely, and thank you, ladies, for having me. I am so proud of you guys. When I got the call, I said, "Say no more." Say no more. You need me, I'm there. Whatever you want, I got you. Because, you know, you've been my girl for so many years, over decades.
I know.
So when you called me, you were like, "Jessie, we need you on here." I said, "Let's go. I got you." So I appreciate you guys having me. And I am so proud of you sisters for doing this. You're inspiring me. Okay?
Girl, listen to this. When I was thinking, how could we start this year off with a bang?
Yes.
The only person that kept coming to mind was you. Jessie, I mean, I'm not saying this just to say this. I've known you for years and years, and you stay consistent and constantly a beautiful soul. So again, welcome to Sister. We are going to go right into it because we don't want to stay up too late on this live. It was already a hassle trying to, you know, with me not knowing my technology like that, it was a hassle trying to log on and everything. So thank God we made it on.
Yes.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about creating balance in life. And the reason why I chose this topic is because I stalk your Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I do. I'm a fan.
Okay. I love that. You just keeping it real. Just being honest.
I see your fashion sense.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I see your makeup.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I see your travel.
Oh, yes. Gotta travel.
How you're balancing family, marriage, and tonight I just decided I need to know how Jessie is doing all of this. I gotta get the scoop on this. So that's the main reason why I wanted to have you as our first guest of the year.
Okay.
So we're gonna go right into it. We have a few questions, and we want to keep it brief. You know, we're all from Africa, so we have to respect our time.
Yes. We
want to keep it. I'm going to keep it really brief with you. I just have a few questions to go through, and I just want you to answer them, you know, as freely as you would like. First off, I want to say, I'm going to go into the Google definition of balance. Google says that balance is an even distribution of weight, enabling someone or something to remain upright or steady. It also says balance is achieving optimal health in all aspects of your life, relationships, work, fitness, health, and emotion. And of course, before we start this conversation, we want to invite the Holy Spirit to be our guide tonight, because we would not be here if it wasn't for the goodness of God. So let's get right into it. Who is Jessie?
Ooh, right into it. I love that. Who is Jessie?
Describe yourself in 4 words.
A mother.
Okay.
A wife. A daughter. And somebody who's passionate.
Yes. I love me some passion. I love me some beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I would consider passionate, and also someone who's very, very family oriented.
Beautiful.
So family, passionate, mother, wife, and a daughter. Those should describe me.
Girl, you gave us 6, girl. I asked you for 4, you gave us 6. That's okay though. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful answers. I'm gonna go to our next question. It says, or Tika, you gonna take that one?
You can go ahead, love.
All right. So, Jessie, are you a believer?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And
I am.
Give us a little background to that. Who is God to you?
Oh my God. God is my pillar. God is my strength. For all those that don't know me, my dad is a bishop. So I grew up in the church. Believe it or not, I used to sing when I was a little girl in the church. So I grew up in the church. So God has always been around me. You know, I'm here today because of God. So I've always been a believer since I was a little girl. Growing up in a family home that your dad is a bishop, you are taught those things as a young child. So, you know, God is my pillar, my strength. I mean, that's why I'm here today. Wouldn't be this far if it wasn't for him. So yes, a big believer in God, a Lutheran girl who grew up in the church, who used to sing in a choir, who goes to church at least every other Sunday, but probably haven't been right now. But, you know, church is something that, you know, I go to. So yes, a big believer in God, always been from I was born.
Okay, that's awesome. And we all know that church is not just the building. Church is actually the person. So, you know, wherever you move around, you represent God. So, yeah, definitely. That's an amazing background. Yeah, I do know your parents. I know your father is a bishop. And I know that you come from an amazing family. You have amazing sisters. And I know you have that solid spiritual background. So, Tika, you're going to take the next?
So, Jessie, what would you say motivates you?
Oh my God, what motivates me? To be honest, right now, since I had kids, my children motivate me every day, you know? It was different before I had them, but after I had kids, I think my life just went.
Nice.
Because they motivate me. So I know I have to go upwards. There's no more going down. So after having them, I think when I was younger, like Titi knowing me, you don't get motivated as much because your life is just, okay, what am I doing next? What am I doing? I'm just doing it to just do whatever is happening, you know? But after kids, you're like, okay, this is where life begins. And, you know, after having my kids, that's when I started all my businesses. I'm like, I gotta be up here for a purpose. So they motivate me to, you know, get up, whether it's business, whatever I do, they motivate me. So I believe my kids, my husband, and, you know, my husband, you know, being a working man for all these years. I see him every morning. He gets up, goes in his office. I'm like, he motivates me. So let me get on my WhatsApp and start doing my business. Let me sell as many things as I can. Let me do this. So, my family motivates me, to be honest. And, my sisters motivate me. My brother motivates me, who's back home. He's always like, oh, Jesse, you're doing a good job. Continue doing this. Oh, you saw this, you saw that, you did this, you did that. So that motivates me. My family dynamic motivates me every day. When I hear something good, I'm like, oh, that's how they feel. Then it pushes it pushes my soul. I want to do more. I want to do more and more and more and more. So that motivates me. My whole tight-knit, my village, let's call it a village, that motivates me.
I love that answer, because I was actually going to go into support system, and I know that you come from a very tight-knit family of sisters, beautiful at that, beautiful women at
Thank you.
So let's talk about your support system.
Yes.
How important is it for you to have that solid support?
To be honest, girls, if I didn't have that, I don't know where I would be, to be honest with you. And being in the US, being in America, you have to have a support system. Life is life is hard out here. Not only in the US, it's hard everywhere. But without that support system, I don't know where I would be. You wake up for a purpose in life, because at the end of the day, you need your support system. You need your good friends. You need your mom and dad. Like today, every day, it's mom and dad, texting, you're doing a good job. Continue doing this. Whether it's back home, whether it's business, whether it's building, whether it's buying places, you're doing. So once they tell me a good job, that's already a support system, because those are the people I need. Because without them, not all your friends are going to support you.
That's right.
Not all your
That's right.
The good friends that you've known are going to support you. They'll look at you. They'll like what you're doing. They'll click the like button. But are they, sending you a message through WhatsApp? Are they calling you? Continue doing that. Keep on, Jesse. Keep on. Oh my God, you did this. We like that. Oh my God, look what you did. You like. So the more you hear that, for me, the more I hear that, girls, the more I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, I'm already setting my goals out for this year. I'm already doing that. That's how crazy. Because I was talking to my husband today. We usually have a little moment, winding down. I asked him, I said, what's next? What are we doing? What's our goal for this year? So believe it or not, before this call, we started already planning. And I'm one person, I have to plan everything, whether it's 6 months ahead, 4 months ahead, 3 months, not 2, but it goes from 4 and up. So that support makes me even want to work harder. After having a conversation with my husband, he told me, yes, go ahead. I'm like, I'm on it. Yes, I'm on it. So that support it's like a fuel for me. The more you support me, the more I want to reach higher, the more I want to continue going up. So for me, it's the biggest thing, having my support system.
That's
Absolutely. Awesome. I love that. Sorry, go ahead, TK.
I was gonna ask you, Jesse, how does support look like to you, but you just described that for those who don't actually have a support, that people are checking in with you.
Okay, a support system for me and for people that don't have the support is somebody checking on you.
Yeah.
Somebody telling you you're doing a good job. That's what it looks like to me, because at the end of the day, like TikTok, like you said, you're on my Instagram, you see what I'm doing. I might have all these people following me, seeing what am I doing, but it's different if I have mom. My mom sees everything I do, because mostly whatever I post on Instagram goes on my WhatsApp. But then my mom is there sending messages. Oh my God, did you do that? Some things might be crazy. Yes, some things might be crazy. But when your mom sends you that message and she's like, oh my God, good job, I want you to continue doing that, that's support. So support for people that don't have a support system, it should come from family. And support from friend is always good. It's always good. But a friend has a friend, and that friend might not be your friend, but a support system should come from your family, should come from the closest, best friends that you have. Like, I have so many friends that motivate me, and they're my support system, but I always remind them, because they call me, I'm the cheerleader. it's so crazy. Every friend is, Jesse, you're such a cheerleader. You always look out for people. You're always saying good job. So for me, the more I hear that, the more it motivates me. So a support system should actually come from friends that are really your friends, should come from your family, should come from your husband, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, and the little tight-knit friends that you have. So to everybody out there who's seeking for friends, don't seek support from people you just met on Instagram. Some are good. Like I've met so many people throughout my social media experience that I motivate, that I talk to them, good job. So it can also come from that, as long as somebody's supporting you in what you're doing, not celebrating your falls. That's the support system for me. So I would say definitely family, friends, and your parents.
Love that.
Wow. That was beautiful, and just beautifully said, and very very to the point. And I like that. And one thing I love about you is your ability to be straightforward. Some people can't handle that, but I absolutely love that about you. I love that about you. Please don't ever change that. Don't ever change that.
Yeah. But you knowing me, I think I've always been like that.
I
This
know.
mouth has no filter. Say it like what it is. Say it like it is. Right? Thank you, Titi.
Girl. Let's move on to the next question. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, we've talked about what motivates you. We've talked about your support system.
Yes.
We have talked about who you are at the core. I want you to give us a little snippet of motherhood, being a wife, and etc. Give us some tips, some motherhood tips.
Motherhood.
What kind of mother is Jessie?
Oh my God. I'm the kind that now I'm trying to put the rule in my house that I'm not your friend, I'm your mother. So I've always been that kind of mother who's a friend. Like me and Jewel will go in my room, will go in my closet, she'll wear my clothes as a friend, because that dynamic is always beautiful. So I'm that type of mother, is like, get it, whatever you want, but I'm very strict. My husband is more of, you can have whatever you like. I'm more like, but why? You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. No, they need to be disciplined. It's bedtime. It's vitamin time. Turn the TV off. So I'm in my household, to be honest, I'm that type of mother who's a little bit strict, but you can have your way. I'll be your friend. Let's go play. Let's ha. But I'm always, after school, wash your hands, go do your homework before you have dinner, go play, but be home at 6 o'clock, shower. Did you brush your teeth? I want to see your teeth. I'm the type of mother where my kids are kicking me out of their bathroom because I want to go scrub their backs at the age of 10 and 11. So I'm that type of mother that's so caring, so loving, so passionate, but I'm also like, no, you can't have it your way, like your dad always wants you to have your way. So I would say I'm a strict mother with a little bit of, a little bit something where, a soft side, but I'm that person who always likes structure. Because without structure, I go crazy in here because I have 3 kids. I have 11, 10, and 5. So I have to have a little bit of structure to have a balance, because once they're all like calm, they've done everything. And then I always want my time where I'm like, yes, I need 10 minutes of my time. So a little strict, but with a little spoiled nation, with a little strictness. So, I would say 50-50.
I love that you incorporated structure in there, because I think structure helps to maintain balance. Like if you don't have structure as a mother, your child will be up. Look, my child is sleeping right now, thank God. But
you see, mine are up. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but they're up right now. So because they're with daddy, they're over there. So yeah, so that's the type of mother. As a wife, what did you say? You asked me a question about what type of wife I am.
Yeah, what type of wife? What's Jessie's favorite meal to prepare? Look, Jessie, look. Now tell the truth now.
Okay, so since I got back from Jamaica, I've not cooked a whole meal, because as you know, my sister is a chef. So she was over here, so she cooked most of the things. But I'm the type of person, wake up, you're going to have a good brunch. And when I'm in brunch, I mean the bacon, the sausage, which is not good for my health, but it's okay. The kids are on holiday.
Oh,
They're back to school
and,
Monday.
and by the way, Jessie is based in Atlanta. So for anyone who might come across this video, can you drop the info on your sister's, you know, her details? I don't know
Oh,
if she
yes,
does it out of a
Chichi Meals
restaurant.
on Instagram. Yes, she's Chichi Meals on Instagram. Chichi Meals on
Chichi
Instagram.
meals? Okay.
Yes, Chichi
Okay.
Meals on Instagram. Yeah. But yeah, I'm that. Yeah. So, you know, brunch, we might skip a little lunch because brunch we're talking about around 10. But school days, you know, the kids have breakfast at school, but then I have to make sure because my husband works from home, I have to make sure we have a good brunch, and then we'll probably have a snack around lunchtime. And then by 5 o'clock p.m., every other day or every day, I'm in the kitchen making dinner. So I'm that type of wife who cooks the African meal. Believe it or not, I cook the African meal. The only time you won't see me cooking, it is on the weekend, because that's the time for my husband to spoil me. Give me fast food. Let's go to a restaurant. Let's order in. I won't be cooking Saturday and Sunday. I won't be cooking Friday. See, my husband said that's very true because I'm very spoiled. Yes. Friday, no cooking. Saturday, no, okay, we'll order out. But I'm that person who is, you know, cooking, making meals, making sure everybody eats, everybody's good. So I'm that type of wife, making sure my husband is good. He eats, and he loves his rice and beans. Got him addicted to the rice and beans. So I'm over there cooking the rice and beans, the goat. So I'm that type of wife who cooks, who's in the kitchen all the time.
Look at you, all grown up and well-rounded and balanced.
This could have never, 30 years ago, it could have never.
Look, I knew you when we were 17, so let's not do the math. Because people will be able to
since I was 17. Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. I mean, the fact that you are doing so much, you're balancing so much, and yet you can still take time to, you know, to care for your husband, and to be that Proverbs 31 wife. You know, for anyone who's familiar with the Bible, go into Proverbs 31 when you get a chance. We are describing Jessie to the T right now.
Yes.
You know, well-rounded businesswoman, a good mother, and a good wife. Now let's get into business. Before we talk about business, I want to read Psalm 128, 1-2. It says, "Blessed are those who fear the Lord, who walk in obedience to Him. You will eat the fruit of your labor. Blessings and prosperity will be yours." So now let's talk about entrepreneurship. Jessie, I know you to be someone who is just a businesswoman. Tell us a little bit about your business, and I believe you have an organization as well, right?
Yes. So I started my business. We opened a boutique with my older sister Chim. Oh my God, it's been 2 decades now, because it's 2 decades now. We opened, and starting that, it was just me loving fashion since I was young, since I was back home in Malawi, England, and all those places, just loving fashion. And then moving to Atlanta is a place where, you know, you have to, you know, look apart. So we're like, you know what? Every time I wear something, oh, where did you get this? Blah, blah, blah. So we opened the business 2 decades ago, and we called it Josma Boutique. Josma Boutique stands for my parents' name, because my dad is Joseph, my mom is Maria. So we combined the 2 names, Josma. So that was about 2 decades ago. We opened it. It did so well. Until today, I still, as you've seen my WhatsApp, my Instagram, I sell. Like, this is the type of entrepreneur I am. Whatever I put my hands in, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. And the way I sell my stuff is by this, you know, by my mouth. You know, you just gotta be that person who loves people. You gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta sell. A salesperson, that's what you do. You sell. So started that Josma Boutique. Then after Josma Boutique, then I went into hair. I was like, this is where the money is. I went into hair and I opened my hair business about probably 10 years ago, and I flew into India. I was like, we gotta go. Saved up some money, all my money. I was like, we have to go to India. I told my husband, it was around his birthday, packed up. We were in India for about, I believe, 2 weeks. You know,
What?
did my research,
Ooh.
met with few vendors in India, met one person that stuck up with me and they really liked me. I really liked them. Went into their manufacturer, just spoke to them, and then boom, I was like, this is where I'm going to be manufacturing my hair. Made a relationship with them. They actually visited me for 4 years ago. 4 years ago, they were here in my house. They stayed with us. So
Wow.
I was like, let's do it. Started my hair business while I'm still doing Josma Boutique selling. But then I had to balance that because I was like, you know, Chim still does a lot of clothes, which still Josma is still there. We still sell clothes. But then I was like, let me do hair. And then boom, started my hair business. And then when I first did my hair business, I was like, I'll market in Malawi. I went to Malawi, did a big photo shoot, did a grand opening for Jevu Hair. That was so successful, which is still successful until today, which I sell and still sell clothes until today. And you know how Malawi is right now, you know, everything just fell apart. But once you're in business, you're able to sell with the connection you already have. I still have my clientele. When I tell you my WhatsApp has a bunch of people, it's crazy because I'm like, even though businesses are struggling in Malawi, but I'm not going to struggle. I'm still going to keep my contacts. I'm still going to interact with my people. And every time my clients buy hair, I'm always sending a little something in there, whether it's lipstick, whether it's whatever. That way I want my clients to be my clients.
Wow.
That's how
Wow.
I
Wow.
always maintain my business. And I sell through WhatsApp a lot. I sell through Instagram a lot. And Titi, I have a lot of clients. They might not, some don't like to be out there, but some will buy, and some like to be out there because some want to be posted. Some, you know, they share because I want people to, you know, send me pictures once they get their Jevu hair because I want to advertise. But some just want to be private. There's women, there's mothers, there's wives, you know, there's husbands that buy their women hair. So I have a lot of clients. So that's how I've always maintained my business, is my WhatsApp. Every time somebody writes me about Jevu hair on my Instagram, guess what I do? I'm sending them to my WhatsApp because that's where we're going to talk business. That's where I can talk you into Jevu hair and make you feel comfortable. But while you buy Jevu hair, you're getting something. You're getting something because I just want to keep my clients happy. Just like how we learn in the US, it's about customer service.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so I'm more into customer service. I'm more into talking. I'm more into putting my clients on, you know, making them comfortable, just like my clothes. Most of the outfits I wear, Titi, you probably have seen it. You've seen me. You know, I have people that request, Jesse, I want to get that. I have so many clients that do buy stuff that I already wear, and that looks like brand new. Some don't even come out. You think it's brand new, but that's something between me and my clients. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's business, but in business, you got to learn how to love people. You got to learn how to treat your client with respect. You got to make sure your client is good. And then your goodbye messages, you make sure they come back, because once you get new stock, guess who you're contacting? The same client who just bought last month. So all that, starting the Jevu hair business 10 years ago, starting the Josma boutique with my sister Chim 2 decades ago, until today, we're still selling. My sister still sells clothes until today. I still sell clothes until today through my WhatsApp, through my Instagram. But it's been a blessing. Until when I tell you, my business is what has maintained, you know, me, you know, my own. I've done, you know, done things. It has maintained me, and it still maintains me until today. So it's a blessing. But, you know, business is about being good to people. Be friendly to people, loving your clients, treating them with respect. You know, if they ask questions, you answer all the questions. So yeah, that happened. Josma Boutique 2 decades ago. Jevu hair, I think we're about to go into 10 years. Still selling hair, still selling clothes, still selling anything I can grab my hands on. And that's what, because I was like, Titi, I've done the jobs. I've done the jobs. you know, when I was young in Indiana, I've done the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But then after before I became a mom, I remember I got fired. I used to work for an insurance company. I'll never forget. I got fired, and that was 2010. 2010 we got married. I got fired before I gave birth to my first son. I've never worked since then. Never.
Mm.
Never worked since then. I was like, nah. Because guess what? When they fired me, I was like, oh, and they fired me because I bought my first Christian Louboutin, my $600 shoes. They fired me. And I was like, that was it. I was like, this is it. Let's go. We're about to open a business. We're about to open Josma Boutique. And then a few years later, down the line, here, I was like, nah, I'm going to India. I'm risking it. We packed, me and my husband, 2 weeks. Faith kept the kids. Boom, we're in India, made a manufacturer until today.
Wow.
We're here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is honestly, I'm getting more than I bargained for. You know, I'm getting more. No, I mean this sincerely, because you are giving us a blueprint to business. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for those of us who have been stuck in the healthcare field and trying to step out into something different.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving us the blueprint to do that, because first of all, I just want to backtrack on what you talked about, customer service.
Yes.
Customer service is number one, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how you treat people, how you leave people feeling when you leave their presence, you know, how you make a person feel when they're with you. It's not even about, it's a ministry, actually. It really is a ministry. It's not just about the buying and selling.
No.
What you're doing is you're connecting with people. You're forging these long-term relationships, because you mentioned how they come back to you for business. They don't come back just for business. They come back for you. And there's something that God has put on you that allows people to feel comfortable with you, allows people to feel your warmth and your genuineness. And then on top of that, he's given you the gift of gab. You know, your mouth is like, it works wonders. So you're giving us, you know, you're really, really giving us, you're dropping gems, you know, like people say. You're dropping gems. And I have to give credit where credit is due and give you your flowers.
Thank you.
And also, another thing I wanted to mention, too, a lot of people don't think about this, but even in partnership, when you have a spouse who's supportive, when you talk about going to India together, you know, even your spouse stopping and saying, you know what, let me support you in this business venture, because it's going to benefit the family at large. You know, I can definitely respect a man who leads, not only takes that advice from his woman, but who is willing to lead her and go with her on her journey. I salute your husband for that. I salute your husband for that.
Thank you.
Did you want to say anything? Did you want to add anything to that?
I just wanted to say that I think it's so amazing how open you are about your success. You know, to be honest, I can only talk about the African community, but a lot of times people just house it and they keep access to themselves rather than opening their mouths and sharing the information. So like you were saying, I'm over here taking notes. I'm like, nope, I'm taking notes. I don't have I don't even have time to ask questions. I'm taking notes because it's so important to do what you are doing in the sense of being a businesswoman, touching on being a Power 31 woman. Because at the end of the day, you don't want anyone to have control over your money except you.
Exactly.
That you're using your talents, your gifts. That's rich.
Yes, thank you so much. Because at the end of the day, it's like you work until you're like, and for me, my motivation was because I got fired. I don't think, see, if I didn't get fired, I would have probably still been with the same company. But me being fired before I had kids, and then my husband is like, you know what, let's go ahead. What do you want to do? So to me, I was just like, you know what, I'm done. It's either I take this under my own control, my own fate, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I'm just gonna do it. And since then, it's been crazy because most of my clients are back home in Africa, and I do have clients here in the US. I have clients in the UK. I have a lot of girls who wear Jevu hair in the UK, a lot of girls who wear Jevu hair in Ireland. I have one of my friends from Tanzania who took some of my Jevu hair to Tanzania. So at the end of the day, it's about relationships. Because at the end of the day, you have a relationship, you sell that client one good hair. You don't want that client to look at somebody else. Well, you know you have Jesse over here, but guess what? You come back to Jesse, you're getting a good discount. I don't care if I lose, but I just appreciate you coming back to me. So that's how I've always maintained that, you know what, if I'm good to my clients, if I sell them the hair and I throw in, you know, a little bit of lipstick, I throw in lashes, you can't beat that. They'll come back. And then when they come back, they get a little bit of discount. Same thing with clothes. It might be, you know, something that I sell that was so expensive, but I know it's already a client that has bought 2, 3 clothes.
Jesse,
Yes.
sorry, I just want to pause and say, 1 in a million is asking you to share the link to your
Jevu hair.
Yeah, to your hair. So if you could share that, if you could drop that, I'd like you to drop that link. More comment section now. Where
drop.
Comment section.
Drop. I dropped it. I hope that's how they drop it. Sometimes they say you gotta pin it. I don't even know how to pin nothing.
Honey, listen, I'm trying to sound like people online, you know, drop that in the comment section.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
my goodness. Listen, let's go to our next question. We've talked about just you being a well-balanced person. We've talked about you being a believer, you know, because the whole point of this conversation also is to drive people to understand that you have to believe in something, you know. For some, it may not be God, you know, but for those of us who have found the Lord, and I hope at one point or another, everyone will get a chance to have that intimate relationship with God. But for those of us who have found the Lord, you know, we realize the importance of keeping Him, you know, incorporated in our lives. And I love the fact that you still have that spiritual balance. I love the fact that you are, you know, balanced in your motherhood and being a wife. You know, you take care of your husband. I want to touch on mentors real quick. Do you have a mentor? Do you have, you know, someone who you emulate, who you look up to? You know, I mean, maybe not necessarily like a mentor in the physical, but is there someone who you've admired from afar, you know, or whose blueprint you follow by any chance?
Oh my God, this is by far the best question I've ever been asked. I've never been asked this question before. This is crazy. And this question should be something that should just pop out of my head and be like, oh, this person, this celebrity inspires me. This person touches my soul. So thank you so much for this question, because now you got me thinking, who do I look up to besides my own parents? To be honest with you, this is how I've always looked at life. This might sound crazy to so many people, but this is why hey, anybody can follow whoever they want. You can follow Beyonce, you can follow, because somebody does something to your soul, right? That's why we follow people. I've always followed my fellow Malawians.
Okay.
I'll go on Instagram to just probably go to somebody's page to just see. I don't follow, but I go to a lot of pastors to read quotes. I go to, you know, entertainment to see what's going on. But to be honest with you, I don't have any celebrity here in the US that I'm like, oh my God, this person does it for my soul.
When I think mentor, like I also Yes, yes, it could be a celebrity. Definitely, a
Yeah,
mentor could be anyone
yeah,
who, like you said, inspires you. But
yeah.
I don't have a mentor, and I discussed this in the last conversation
Yes,
I had with TK. I don't have a
yes,
mentor, but I have been thinking to myself, I think it's time for me in order for me to get to the next level, it's
yes.
time for me to look for someone who is doing what I desire to do and take notes and learn and copy
I
the
love
blueprint.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, Titi, because with what you're doing, with what the thing you have just started, putting God in it with a little mix of everything, that will definitely be something for you, because I see this being so big for you because you're so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You do know how to talk to people, and this is something I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh my God, maybe I do need to see if I do need a mentor. Because to be honest, Stevie, with the way I grew up, my mentor, I would say my dad, because he's he's a big shot to so many people. He has influenced so many people, not only in Malawi, but mostly African countries. You know what I mean? And this is something me and my sisters talk, because my dad is just not my dad. My dad is a dad for a lot of people, a lot of people. So I've always looked at him as my mentor. I've always looked at him as, oh my God. And sometimes you start comparing, oh my God, I wish, some men can be like my dad, blah, 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 which is always wrong. But that's always somebody that I've always looked up to. There are other mentors that I see that they do their thing, but I've never been stuck to one, if that
Mm,
answers the question.
mm, mm,
But this is something, you putting this in my head, maybe this is something I should also look into and be like, you know what? Probably I do need to look into that.
mm,
But I've always been that type of person who is like, I want to be great me. I want to be great myself. You know what I mean? I want the
mm,
little kids to look at me and be like, you know what? And I do have a lot of people that do come and be like, oh, Jesse, oh. So I want to be great on my own. But
mhm,
also, yes, you have somebody you look up to, which has always been my father. It's great. But then who else? But then for me, that's where I push, because I'm like you always said, Jesse, how? I'm like, no, it's either me, you know how they say, go home or go big. So I'm like, what can I do to push myself to get to there? That way I can become a mentor for somebody else, for the
oh
little
yeah,
girls in my life. The ones
yeah,
that call me,
yeah.
the ones that like, Jesse, you're doing big, you're doing this, you're doing this. Can I have this? Okay, here's a little money, here's that. I want to be big for them. Am I too old to get a mentor? Sometimes I look at that because I'm like, now I'm 42. But then it's always good to look at somebody and have a guidance. But for me, that mentor has always been my dad, because I think growing up, we've always known what our dad has done and what he still does for our country, Malawi. So it's somebody who we've always, looked up to,
Mm, mm,
throughout all our life, So
mm.
I'm glad you asked that. And I hope that kind of, answers you a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, I'm curious to get because I can see your facial expressions. I
Yes.
can see both of you, by the way. So,
Okay. T, talk to me. Tell me about you.
TK, I'm curious to get your 2 cents about the mentorship aspect. Like Jesse mentioned, an important thing. Sometimes people get to a certain age and they're like, you know what, I'm already 41, I'm already 42, I'm 45, I don't need or not necessarily I don't need a mentor, or maybe they haven't ever even thought about a mentor. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think age should define the mentorship aspect, or do you think there's always room for evolution? There's always room for growth?
Mm-hmm.
Percent, you are never too old to have a mentor. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Because there's always someone that thinks better than you,
Mm-hmm.
thinks greater than you, and that sees things from a different perspective. And the fact
Absolutely.
that your dad is your mentor, to me, that's massive. It's not
Thank
only
you.
do you have a father, but you have a mentor, because those are two different things.
Yes.
Sometimes people
Yes.
are just fathers or dads, but you've got a father and a mentor. And while you're talking, I'm like, of course, God is behind all of this because he gave
Yes.
you a dad. And I'm like, that
Yes.
has to be the force behind how you move as a businesswoman,
Yes,
how you are so resourceful.
yes,
Because
yes.
you're saying how your dad is touching many lives in Africa. I mean, hey, look, all I have to say is we got to have Jesse back for the breakdown of business
Yes, yes.
and
You know,
Yes,
what's so funny?
having a team and all of that. Because I'm like, I need to get in your head. I need to find out
yes.
all
Because
this
Guess
good
now,
stuff.
guess
now
guess
you
what?
guys,
Guess what? Guess what's
yes,
so funny? I have to cut both of you guys
yes.
off. It's crazy that you said that because I remember before we had this conversation, I was like, let's keep it at 45 minutes. Jesse's like, let's keep it at 30.
Sorry,
I
because
know
my
it's
kids are
done.
gonna go crazy. But now I'm like, can we keep going? Because I feel like this is so important. You
No,
guys
we
just
have
build a
to.
shell out of
Yep.
me because I'm like, okay, and like I said, you guys inspire me because Titi, you are one of the first people who's like, Jesse, why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you do a vlog? Why don't you do this? So this inspiration inspires me because I'm like, I've thought about it. I want to do it. I'm a little shy, but I did know this will open up my shell a little bit because most people don't know. I might be dancing on my live. I might be dancing on my video, but I am a little shy.
One
A little bit. I'm
one
crazy.
one thing that one of the other reasons why I wanted you to come on here is because sometimes people see an image. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They don't hear the thought process that goes into the image. Okay.
Exactly.
And it's been years since we have even had a conversation like this.
Exactly.
Because we have that relationship, and I'm sure everybody has that one friend or maybe 3 or 4 friends who they've known for 20 years, and it's in spurts. It's just like, every time you catch up with someone, it's always good, it's always positive, it's always it's always fun. But we forget that in order for us to go to the next level,
Exactly.
when I say as women, I'm not saying that it's this whole feminine movement, but in order to go to the next level as sisters,
Yes.
it's important for us to every now and then dig in the mind and say, what can I learn from this person? What can I learn from? Where's this person at in their life right now? How can I assist them, or how can I let me just check in with them, a type thing. And one thing I'm very jealous about, I have to say, I wouldn't say I'm a hater, but I would say I'm jealous, girl. I'm jealous that you be traveling, girl. You be traveling.
Oh my God! So the next question is about travel, girl.
Listen, it pisses me off when I see you on a different island. on a damn horse. And then I'm over here clocking in and clocking out when you're laying on the beach, with your whole shape, girl, okay? With your whole fitness, girl. With your fitness, with your body. You be bodying, girl. But anyways, let's talk about travel. Let's talk about travel.
Yes.
You have been so many places. What's your favorite place to travel? What's been your favorite place?
So, like you said, I've been all over the world. My favorite place that I've been throughout my travel, throughout my whole years. Oh my God! I think we should just talk about. Are you even asking since I was young, since I was a little girl?
I mean, let's just like TK said, we're gonna have to do a part 2, and we're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit that like as in next week for sure.
Okay,
so let's talk about your favorite place that you can just whatever you can think of, whatever place you think.
So my favorite place that I've been, that I've traveled to, believe me or not, it had to be Maldives. I think this now goes back to the India trip. After I traveled to India to open my business, when I was there for the 2 weeks I was in India, we went during my husband's birthday. So what we did after establishing my business in India for my hair, we took a break. Then we flew into the private island of Maldives.
Ooh.
So we were in Maldives for 5 days, and we had our own private villa with our own swimming pool. So that had to be the best place I've traveled. Maldives.
Showing off. Showing off. Private bits.
Yes. So to answer your question, I think out of all my travels that I've done since I was older, I think Maldives had to be my favorite one out of all the places I've traveled to answer your question.
Look at God, girl. Look at God.
Oh, look at
God.
God. No, that's why I say he's my pillar. He's my strength.
Girl, your pillar,
be here.
girl, your pillar. Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't be here without him. So yeah, to answer your question, definitely Maldives, top notch, first choice. I mean, there's been plenty, like you said,
Wow.
but that one has to be my favorite.
Let's first of all, I'm still processing. I'm still processing what you just said.
Yes, yes.
I'm still secretly hating.
Yes.
But let's wind this conversation down because, like T said, we're gonna have to have a part 2, and we're gonna do this next week because I don't want to lose the I don't want us to lose the traction. I don't want us to lose the what's the word, T? What's the word?
Just say momentum, but here's the thing:
Yes.
if you lose anybody, they weren't here for the right ride, because this right here is gems.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If you have a growth mindset, what
Yes.
Jesse is saying is beyond 2024. What
Oh
she's
wow.
talking about right now can set you up and propel you for the future. So
Yes.
if you're not rolling with this, we hope the best for you, but we got to check the deuces, because I got my pen and my paper right here, taking notes.
My God.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Listen, and I love that. I love that attitude of humility, of being a student, TK. I love that.
Yes.
Hi, Carol.
Oh, hi, Carol.
I know Carol just commented. It's been forever. Hey, girl. Hey.
And Carol, you joined a little late. It was amazing. It was amazing. This girl just peeled and peeled and peeled and peeled and peeled and peeled.
Listen. Again, like we just said, we're going to be having a part 2 next week, Thursday. And we're going to do it a little bit earlier. We're going to do it at 8 p.m. But as we wind down, I have a Bible verse to read real quick before I ask you my final 2 questions.
Okay.
Real quick, in Matthew 11, verse 28 to 30, it says, "Come all who labor and who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So God calls us to have a life of balance and to have a life of rest, to have a life of hustle, because the Bible says that you have to hustle, you have to work. So self-care, what is self-care? Tell us real quick, what does self-care look like to Jesse? How does Jesse wind down?
In this household, there's not a lot of winding down, but I'll tell you, me winding down is, I have to tell, like as you heard, boom, boom, boom. I have to tell everybody, I'm like, I need, like 10 minutes is good for me. Like I just need somewhere, believe it or not, I probably won't be on the phone. I probably won't get on any social media. I probably won't get on any Google. But winding down for me is just because I'm one person who gets overwhelmed. So I just need 10 minutes. I'll probably go upstairs in my room or in my closet to just be like, just stay quiet. Stay quiet. Even when I'm on vacation, like before I go out, anybody will tell you, I'll tell them, just give me 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I just want to be by myself. I'll just be quiet. Like, it's so crazy, but this is the truth. I'll just be by myself. All I need is 20 minutes to just go. That's how I wind down. Now, to wind down in other parts, as you have seen, I like to, do my spas. That's something that I'll wind down. I'll do my facials. I do my facials once a month. I'll go there, do a massage. once a month and just wind down. So that's me winding down, because there's not much winding down in my house, because it's a crazy house. It's a loving house. It's a crazy house. It's kids everywhere. It's me and hubby running around. It's me and hubby listening to music. It's me cooking. It's me cleaning this house head to toe. So winding down is when I go to the spa, wosa, facial, massage, or upstairs 20 minutes. Or anywhere I go, I just need 20 minutes. Before I even start getting ready to do anything, I need 20 minutes. That's me winding.
I'm going to say this real quick before I ask you the final question of the night. That was a beautiful answer, by the way. I wanted to say this. I noticed that a lot of people who give of their time, because even my sister too, TK is like that too. A lot of people who give of their time need to have that. The winding down aspect is very important to your mental health. We're gonna talk about mental health one of these days. But your mental health is very important. As a mom, you need to really, you need to really know how to, just set that time apart to wind down. Maybe sometimes it's out of the house, like you said, you have your spa day. Maybe taking a walk in the park. Maybe just sitting in your car, listening to whatever calm music, or just feeling the breeze on your face, standing on your deck. It's very important. In America is very busy. It's very stressful. And you put everything together. It's like, those individuals who give of themselves so much, who are there for everybody else, need to have that time to just relax and wind down, so that they keep their psyche intact.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, to close out, final question of the night, real quick here. Legacy. What does Jessie want to leave behind for for her family? Because we all know, unfortunately, we live in a world where people live and people pass on. And that's the reason why I think it's so important to have that relationship with the Most High, because we don't know the day or the hour that that will be our last. So legacy. Let's talk about legacy. What do you want to leave for your children? What do you want to leave for your grandchildren? What does Jessie picture 30, 40 years? Okay, listen, the 40 years, 40 years from now, when we're 80, 82.
And me doing this is like, hey, leave legacy.
You could save it for part 2. You could save it for part 2.
Legacy. Let me just say this, and we can continue it on part 2. Absolutely, because now my friends, I just see people, a lot of people joining in now. Guess people in Malawi are up, but hopefully we can continue this legacy. My kids, my children. For me, I try my best to do right. And when I say to do right, I try my best to treat people the way they will treat me. I try to teach my kids love, respect, honor. So for me, living on this earth, like you said, pass on 80, which we will pass on. I just want my kids to always remember that my mom loved and has helped a lot of people. People might not say it, but they sure will tell me. Like I said, messages matter. People thanking you for what you did for them. And I'm one person, when I do something, I won't write it. I've seen so many people who would write, oh my God, thank you so much for sending this, for helping me with this. I don't have to do that. You remember that. And I want my kids to always remember that. Our mom living on this earth, she was just not that girl, the girl, J-Vu, blah, 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 no, but she did a lot. She did a lot, and she helped a lot of people, and she helped us, showed us the way, showed us the path. And me living on this earth, hopefully I can leave my kids with something. That's why I work so hard. That's why when you see me, oh, she bought a land. Oh, she bought another land. Oh, she just bought another land on the lake. That's the legacy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, let's not forget where we come from. I can't do that here. I can't buy no land in Florida. No, man. I can't buy no land in California. I can't buy no land in Atlanta. The house we bought, yes, that's theirs. But my legacy is back home in Africa, where I see my money fits. My money fits back home.
That's right.
My $30,000 will buy me a land where I have all this land. I die today. My kids can always go back home. My mom left this for me. My mom left this for me. Now that land will accumulate. I bought it at that much. But in 5, 15, 20, 30 years, that's going to go higher. There might be a Zungu one day will come and be like, shoot, I want this much money. That's the legacy, because I want my kids to always remember, mom wasn't just that face. She just didn't go on Instagram live. No, she did it on her own. She did it on all. Go home. Then you find out what mom has been doing. That's why she's always over here. Oh, land. Okay, dad. Okay, how much are they talking about? Okay, let me see. Let me scrap up. Let me sell as many Jevu here. Boom. Buy. I don't care how many I buy. They're all lakefront. That's legacy. Don't just remember me as, oh, mom, the glitz and glam. No. I want to leave something for my kids. My husband is here. Yeah. But then there's also mom. Mom is from another. That's where her home is. She left places, even though she lived in America. But go find out. She did that. That's not even her parents' land. That's not her parents' home. She did it on her own.
That's right.
That's what I want to leave, for them to always remember that I tried.
Wow.
The little I can do, I'm trying. That's why the little I have, hey, place available. Okay, let me scrap that. Boom. Okay.
Wow. Closing remarks, because I have it's rare for it's seriously. TK is my sister, and it's rare for me to see her eyes like that.
Oh, TK.
Expression. When you go back and watch this, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. It's very rare for me to see her genuinely, impressed and intrigued, and not impressed because she's anyone better, but because we're all students of life.
Yes.
We're all students of life, and we can always learn from each other. We're never too old to learn or to evolve. TK, do you have a final remark real quick before we shut it down? And I'm giving you 2 minutes.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I'm ready. One last question. I'm ready.
It's not even a question. It's a statement for you.
Yes. Thank you, baby.
Jessie's legacy to me is vision, because she sees what is in front of her. She is to the future. That alone, vision alone, is so rich. I'm like, I'm not even your child, and I'm like, I'm good. I got the legacy already.
Hey, look, honey, her daddy
is you a little girl. Yes, come on, baby.
Her daddy is a bishop, honey. So she has a little pastor in her too. Go ahead.
I do.
Go ahead,
Titi. What you just said, that just goes back to that question we did. My father, the knowledge, the wisdom, all that growing up is you learn from that man. To us, my dad is perfect to me. I don't care what anybody thinks, but that's why I've always looked up to him. His wisdom, him being a bishop, him being a leader is something that I aspire. I'll never be that. We're crazy, but somebody I've always looked up to, somebody who's not afraid to check me. He will check all of us, but we know it's for the good. It's for the good. So that's all that.
Yes. Any final remarks, Jessie, before we wind up here?
Well, my final remark is I want to thank you guys for inspiring me. Thank you for having me on this live, and hopefully I've answered all the questions. Like I said, all my friends are now coming in on this live, but you're going to leave it up, right?
Oh,
you leave it up for people to watch, and for everybody watching, we're having a part 2. They say Thursday, so tune in Thursday again. But I want to thank you girls for what you did, for calling me up for me to be your guest. I enjoyed this. This was fun. This was inspiring. It was all in one. God, motivation, everything. So you inspired me, and thank you for bringing that out of me. Did I know I had it? No, you brought it out of me. I'm just answering questions. I'm just here to be a student to answer questions. So I just learned from you guys. So I appreciate that. And you know I love you guys. And continue doing this. This is amazing. This is amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing. You inspired me. So continue doing this. Keep going. 2024, here we go. Hey, you never know. Beyonce might be coming next.
You never know. Look, that's a
The only
whole other
Beyonce I
topic.
want is look. The only Beyonce I want. We're looking at her right now. We're looking at.
TK is not a fan.
Oh, me neither. That's why I said it's so hard. It's so hard to get motivated. But yeah, I'm not a fan either. Chad said we good.
But listen to this. I just want to, round up with this. Again, it's people always talk about giving people their flowers.
Yeah.
People say, you hear that statement, give people their flowers. I just want to say on a very genuine note, I am, before this, I was an admirer, but now I'm inspired, because I know the scraps that we came from, in the Indiana and the Michigan days, and to see you doing amazing things, to see you so well balanced, your mental health is intact. We don't